Welcome, life creators. Today we're going to talk about how our attitude determines our life. When we look at something or someone or circumstances or a situation, what we see depends not on what is actually there, but on what our attitude is when we look. What is our assumption? What is our belief when we observe something? What we believe is reality is only a world that we have assumed to be real. What we see is what we expect to see. And what we assume determines what we do, what actions we take, because our assumptions control our conscious movements and our subconscious movements, and then create what we expect. It's amazing. All around us, we can call it a thinking thing. In Star Wars, they used to call it the Force. It's God power. And we can mold this substance, this invisible substance, into the image of what we assume. I had seen a science fiction movie where they were holding this thing that was this substance. But it's actually there, just like we cannot see Wi-Fi, we don't see this. But God created us in His image. And our imagination is God. That our wonderful human imagination is actually the God force. And we can use it to create whatever we want. If we understand and believe this, then we have the power to create our best life. And we do have this power. Assume what you wish as already yours, as already achieved, and you will be lifted above the bar of our senses, what we can see and hear and smell and taste and touch. If we can assume that what we wish for, what we desire is already achieved, we can rise above our senses and into what we envision and what we desire. You have to focus your attention just like a sunbeam, or like you would do with a magnifying glass. And it will have the power to create what you're focusing on. What you assume will come to pass. We are told to think only of that which is lovely and of good report. And it is, because what we think about, we bring about. When things don't unfold as we hope them to, it is because we have ignored the law of assumption. And it is a law. If you look at others and inwardly criticize them, condemn them, that is what they become. That's what they'll be. And that's what they'll demonstrate to you. And they feel what you're thinking, even if you don't say it. Just like you feel what someone is thinking about you, even if they don't say it. If you look at circumstances and events in a negative light, that is what you will create and what you will see. That is why all the negativity on the news perpetuates the horrors in the world. All the commercials that show illness and disease and medications is actually making everyone believe that sickness is normal, sickness is inevitable, that most people are sick, that we need medication to thrive and feel healthy. When you look at another person, your convictions about them influences your assumptions in regard to them and makes you see in them what you do see. Can you change your opinion about another person? What you now believe about them is not absolutely true. It's relatively true based on your beliefs about them. Try this law of assumption. What you are saying in your head is what you're creating in your life. Assume the situation to already be what you want it to be. Your concept of things or people determine how these things unfold and how they become. If your thoughts are filled with criticism, sarcasm, disappointment, hate, recriminations, that's what will be reflected back to you. Are you mentally arguing with people all day long? Are you mentally worried? Are you afraid? Are you upset most of the time in the conversations you're having in your head? Are you having mental conversations about how things are or what you would say or what someone said to you? Neville always says that others only echo that which you whisper to them in secret. What are you whispering to people in secret in your head? Because that's what they're echoing to you. What are you saying mentally? What are your mental conversations like? Catch yourself. Be aware of it when you're walking alone in the park, walking along the lake, walking on your way home from work, when you're on the train. What are you thinking about? When you're driving home, every day on your way to work, what are you thinking? Every day as we do our errands, what are we thinking? Before you fall asleep at night, what are you thinking? That's what you're creating. When we wake up in the morning, what are we thinking? What are we saying? Do we say things we would never say to another person face to face, but do we say it over and over in our head? That mental conversation has energy and goes to that person. That energy infuses itself into the situation. So try and change it to a positive statement, to a positive point of view. You can find a more favorable stance if you do. The intensity and the force of your mental arguments and conversations automatically establish the behavior of others toward you and the unfolding of events around you. All of us carry on mental conversations. Unfortunately, most of the time, these conversations are argumentative. Look at people around you, passers-by, when you're out in your daily round. Look at the people around you. Do they look happy? Do you think they are thinking happy, constructive, and uplifting thoughts? Many people are mentally engrossed in miserable conversations, and the negative intensity of their feeling will lead quickly to the unpleasant incident that they themselves have created. And that's hard to accept, that we create our own unpleasant experience. Maybe it's a flat tire we're creating. Maybe it's a car fender bender we're creating. Maybe it's a lost item we're creating. Maybe it's an injury that we're creating. Maybe it's an argument. Whatever is in that low vibration we're creating. So let's all realize what we are doing. Let's all agree to change our attitude. Assume the best. Let's imagine faithfully things as we desire them to be. Before you go to sleep, imagine the people saying how well things are going for them. Imagine a conversation. Put your hand on the person's shoulder in your imagination and let them tell you how wonderful, how happy they are. They got an internship. They got a job. They're graduating. Their daughter's having a baby. Their child is succeeding in school. Imagine whatever it is that they want. Imagine conversations as you wish them to go. Visualize circumstances as you desire them to unfold. At other intervals of your day, notice, what are your mental conversations? What are they like? Soon we'll discover that who we are positively imagining and what we are imagining is coming to pass. We will find that things happen, and then we'll think, oh, it was just by chance. But no, you created it, and good or bad. Our own attitude is the cause of all that happens to us and of all the actions we take and of what we say. The negative situations will miraculously reverse themselves. Let's do it and see. The behavior of others will echo our attitudes and what we assume. The behavior of others will reflect our changed, more positive concept of them. This is the power of our imagination. This is our power. We create what we image, what we imagine, just like a 3D printer, because this is our power. This is God in us. Our controlled imagination is the way to bring our desires to life. So what we see around us is not the truth, and it's not forever, but that which we have created in our imagination. That is why everyone sees the world not as it is, but as they are. We can all observe the same event and take a different view of it. We can shape our lives. We can create them in our imagination first. So let's direct our feeling wisely. Let's solve our own problems in this way. We design our lives by our imagination and our feelings. We cast forth magic this way. We can do this. We can cast forth magic. We can cast forth enchantments this way. Our word is our wand. There's a book with that title. Our finger is like a magic wand. I want that. I want that. I like that. I love that. And the imaginings of others cause things to happen too. So when other people may imagine bad of us, if we believe bad of us, then their imagining can have power over us. But if we are thinking positively, and we would never accept such things about ourselves or about the world, then that would have no effect on us. So everyone is constantly setting forth enchantments by their thoughts, by their words, by their feelings. And you can control your world by giving attention to your own imaginings. So let's create our very best life. If you have found value, please press the like button, comment, subscribe, share with others, and follow with me. And answer this question in the comments below. What are your mental conversations like? And do they match what you see around you? See you in the next video.